Hey everybody, Tim here with Halfshelltoys and Collectibles. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some of the things that we sourced this week and also some of the sales we had over the weekend and in through the week. Sales were almost non-existent, so that really sucks. But we did pick up a lot of really cool stuff, so let's go ahead and get into that.
Halfshelltoys, rocking that flipping history. Nostalgia's where it's at, I can prove it. Come in here and just take a look at it. Look no further, we got your childhood memory.
Here's one of our first pickups, these vintage lunchboxes. Quite a few of them. We've got the Crow, we got a couple of those, and we got a couple of wrestling ones, Transformers, Alien, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Adventures of Star Trek, and then there's another Aliens one, Guardians of the Galaxy, Trick or Treat, Lord of the Rings. Most of these are pretty modern, within the last 10 or 15, 20 years. But there are a few that are vintage, like the Crow, Star Trek. So there's a couple of them that are a little more collectible than the rest. So there's some of them that will average about $40, and the rest will average out about $10. So definitely a pretty cool pickup to add to our store. So let's show you guys our next pickup we had. So this was our next score. We got these Oreo Dunks right off the start here. They're brand new. They're size 10. They'll be going on eBay here soon. We got a couple of these Funko sets with t-shirts. They got special pops and a sticker and a pen. And then all the shirts are 2XL, so those should sell pretty good. I think we're going to sell them as a set. Got this vintage Waldo doll that's sealed in the box. They don't go for very much on eBay, but $25 is about the going rate for them. They're kind of big and expensive to ship. So then we've got these Marvel Legends X-Men box series. It's brand new, sealed in the box. Here's a couple more of those Funko sets. Pretty cool t-shirts. This one's the Wolverine. Really cool pops. It's got the pin and sticker. You got two pops in here, Iron Man and then Captain America. This is the 85 years of Marvel set. So those will be sold in their sets on eBay. So keep an eye out for these. We haven't listed these yet. They'll be hitting our store really soon. Alright, so this was our last pickup this week. All these 90s vintage action figures. I'll start back here with the dinosaur TV show action figures. I had these when I was a kid. I loved them. I have them MOC in my personal collection. These will be hitting eBay. Super cool toys. Then we got some Bucky O'Hare. He's complete. He's probably worth the most out of all of these. But really nice condition. Like I said, these will all be hitting eBay probably within the next week. Then we got the mask. These are missing a lot of accessories, but most of them are in great condition. There's a couple of them with some paint issues, but overall, really cool figures to have. And then we've got Earthworm Jim. These are kind of an oddball toy line, but they are collectible. There are definitely going to be people out there that want them. So I had to pick them up. Couldn't leave them behind. So that was our action figure haul for this week. Pretty happy with it. I'm excited to get them on eBay. I always love putting these vintage figures in our store. It makes our store look really cool. So yeah, so that was our hauls for the week. Everybody, it's Friday. Unfortunately, I did not do any filming throughout the week. Sales were terrible. But we did sell some Pokemon cards. So we'll go ahead and run through those real quick. Now, I'm not going to say any of the names to these things because I do not know Pokemon cards. So I'll show them, and then I'll tell you how much they sold for. So we got this one here. I don't know if you can see the name, but it sold for $16.50. And then we've got this guy. He's got a little crease up here. Now I have a card scanner, so the pictures for these were really good, so everyone can see the true condition of these. And I put them all up for auction, starting at 99 cents. So this one sold for $4.25. And then we've got this guy here, and he sold for 99 cents. And our next one is this trainer card, and he sold for 99 cents as well. And then we've got this one here, and it sold for 99 cents as well. Some of these did pretty good, and some of them just did 99 cents, which I'm fine with that. And then we've got this one. This one sold for $2.50. And then we've got this card here. I'm sorry if it's hard for you guys to see those. The glare is kind of pretty bad. I'm going to hold it like that. It's a little bit better, I guess. This one sold for $2.25. And then we've got this guy here. This one did pretty decent. He sold for $7.50. Let me scroll up here a little bit. And then we've got this guy here. He sold for $2.29. Then this one did pretty good. It sold for $11.62. And then we've got this guy here. He sold for $1.50. Now, I don't know the value of Pokemon. I just know that the market's really hot. So at least it seems to be. So I bought these at a yard sale last summer. And I just figured, hey, I'm going to look it up by the name and the card number, and then just list them for auction. Whatever I get, because the cards cost me hardly anything. So, I mean, just this round, I got one more card here. This card here, it sold for $9.50 plus shipping. And all these are going to go standard envelope, 69 cents to ship them. But this round of cards, 11 cards that sold, after shipping and fees and everything, my profit is going to be about $50. And that pays for the lot of cards. And I probably have a 4-row box and about 3 or 4 binders still full of cards that I could sell. So I am really pleased with that. Those are the only sales that I've had this week, are these cards. And they were on auction and they ended yesterday. So terrible sales. I didn't have one single static listing, like just listed, sitting there waiting for someone to buy all week long. And I kind of have a theory as to why that is. So I'm going to explain that. And I want you guys' opinion on it to see if kind of where I'm going with my opinion is feasible and on the right track. So, yeah. Here's the condition of our office right now. We've been listing stuff. All this stuff in these totes are listed. And all this stuff out here still needs to be listed. And we've got this pile of action figures over here that still need to be done. This stuff should be listed probably by the end of next week. I am still not sure if I'm going to sell this poster or not. It is super cool. I may just frame it and hang it up on my wall next to my my Hulk poster. But we'll see. Alright guys, let's talk about the condition of my store. I think I did this to myself, having no static sales this week. I had about 700 sports cards that I had listed last year. I had sold quite a bit. There for a while, I was selling probably like 10 cards a week, anywhere from like $1 to $2 to $3 a piece. And so they did really well at first, but over the wintertime, they were terrible. So I just decided to drop them. And I did that Sunday. Then that took my listings from like 1450 to like 775 or 770. So about half of my inventory was gone out of my store. That had to have hurt me a bunch, because I have had not one single sale, and that is the longest that I have ever gone without a sale. So I don't know if that like destroyed my place in the algorithm on eBay, but it sure feels like it did. I don't know how long it's going to take me to recover from this, but I would hope it wouldn't take long, because I really need the income. I do have other things that I do to bring in income, but eBay is like the largest chunk of my income, especially this time of year, because I'm not doing anything with automobiles, old cars. So this is the time when eBay is supposed to be the strongest for me. Now, this is my first winter reselling on eBay. I've learned a lot. I learned what I need to be selling and not to be listing during this time of year. So I did really well in Q4, even with not listing as much as I could have been because of the birth of our son. But still, even into January and February, I was still selling Halloween stuff, Christmas stuff, but all of that has stopped. That all stopped a couple weeks ago. And then this week, I mean, I can't sell anything to save my life. So I think it has a lot to do with what I did to myself. And I was not expecting that to happen. Now, people who have done this for years probably knew that that would have happened. So it's a learning curve for me, which is, it sucks, but it's understandable. And now I know. So if you think that my track of thinking is dead on or right, please comment below and let me know. But that would really like help me, knowing that other people can confirm that my train of thought, my thinking on it. So this week has been dismal. I could have went sourcing this morning to some estate sales and stuff, but I've been lacking on my listing. So when you're in a situation like this and your store has been really slow for the last couple of months, and then you have a whole week where there's just nothing, kind of messes with your psyche a little bit. And so I've kind of been just in the dumps a little bit, I guess I could say, this week. And so I've been working on getting some stuff listed today, and I'll probably list a few more things before the day's over with, and then hopefully we can have some good sales over the weekend. I'm running a 15% off sale right now. I'll probably list another batch of Pokemon cards by the end of the day. So if you're into Pokemon, keep an eye on my store. I've got a lot of cards to list. They will all be in penny sleeves, top loaders. They will be sent in like a heavy craft envelope, heavier than a normal envelope, so they're better, well protected. I follow the industry standard on shipping those things, maybe even a little bit better than the industry standard. But yeah, so it's been it's been one of those weeks, guys. So, which is fine. I mean, we all go through those weeks, but it just seems like sales have been going down, 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 down for me this year, and it is understandable because I sell collectibles. I sell very little things that are considered necessities. Like, I have a couple pairs of shoes, a couple articles of clothing, but even some of those things can really be considered collectibles because some of the clothing's vintage. So, and like Nikes and stuff, and people collect them and just put them on a shelf in their closet. So most of my stuff is considered collectibles. But, you know, I enjoy what I do. This is what I get to work in every single day. I get to be amongst my collection. I get to see my family a ton more than I used to when I was working full-time for somebody else. And this summer, I'm going to be able to enjoy my son and my old cars and my wife. And I wouldn't be able to do that as much if I wasn't doing this. So this means a lot to me. I will get through the hard times. We always do. And I'm glad you guys are there to listen to me and hear me share my heart about it and stuff. But hey, I'm hoping and praying that next week our video is great and we have a lot of sales. I'm adding a lot of great stuff to the store right now. So keep an eye out on what we're doing. Subscribe, like, and hopefully here soon we'll be blowing the socks off eBay. That's what I hope. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you back next week.
Halfshelltoys, rocking that flipping history. Nostalgia's where it's at, I can prove it, come in here and just take a look at it. Look no further, we got your childhood memories. Need to relive that moment, just a few dollars, you can have it.